So let's round out our wardrobe series with the top 10 accessories that I rock on a regular basis. So before we get into the accessories, let's go over a little bit of philosophy. For me, what we talked about before in our wardrobe series is that I'm a classic man that has a little bit of athleisure and a couple of other things. But specifically for what we're talking about, especially as far as a business standpoint is concerned, I'm a classic man, which means that I like to have outfits that if I put it on today and you take a picture of me today, 10 years from now, that outfit is still going to look well, going to look good. And the reason why that is because I don't take a lot of chances, a lot of bold chances with the main things that I have. I have a lot of timeless pieces that you can wear every year, but accessories are where I take my chances. Accessories are where I elevate the outfit. So because accessories for one are a lot less expensive than tailored clothes and suits and things like that. But also those things can come in a wide range of colors and patterns and things like that. So I can take some risks there, and if I don't like those risks or if I want to move away from that, it's easy for me to shuttle something that costs me $10, $15, $20, $30, $40 than a tailored shirt that might have cost me $300 or $400. So as far as the accessories are concerned, let's get into it. First up, bracelets, right? So right here we can see I've got 2 beaded bracelets. Now the white bracelet, which holds a little bit more of a sentimental value for me and the kids, is that it's got a metal band right here, or a metal part right here, and there's also metal highlights all throughout. And this, even though it's not metal, it looks metal, feels metal. So, and we'll talk about why that's important in a couple of seconds, but I like beaded bracelets. Now, you can definitely go overboard with these beaded bracelets. A lot of guys out there are wearing stacked bracelets, 4, 5, 6, 7. That might have been hot back in the day, but not today, at least not to me. And again, these are just my opinions. I'm just letting you know how I rock my style. A lot of people will stack that up also with a watch on one hand. I think that's a little bit too much, but again, your style is how you do it. And that's a perfect segue into the next one. Watch, right? So this right here, now, one thing that you can understand, and this isn't a super expensive watch, but I like the watch because it has a couple of characteristics about it that I personally use consistently. It's made of steel. It's got a blue face, or it's got a colored face. So I can use that to also accessorize whatever colors that I'm rocking or whatever. And it's got a band that clips in. I'm not a big fan of leather bracelets or leather bands on watches. I think they look great on other people. For me, just not so much, and it just takes too much time to open and thread and do all of that stuff. I like being able to unclick, take it off, put it on, click it, keep it pushing. Now, here's one of my big philosophies: balance, right? If I have a watch on one side and bracelet on the other side, that balances out my arms or wrist, especially if I'm exposing my forearms. Now, I'm wearing two bracelets here. Most of the times I wear either 2 or 1, never more than that. Now, again, some YouTubers out there might tell you to wear 3, 4, 5, 6. If you like their style and you like what they're doing and you want to emulate that, by all means. But for me, I like to keep it somewhat minimalist. And then again, this kind of goes to the classic man motif, that it allows me to be able to look good now, but also I don't look ridiculous 5, 7 years from now. Now, next up on the accessory train, ties. Now, I know a lot of guys don't rock a lot of ties today, especially in a lot of companies. They're using business casual. So, a button-up shirt and some khakis or dress pants or even jeans is good enough. But for me, I like to elevate my style a little bit in the sense that I like to rock a lot of ties. Now, I like to rock a lot of woo wear, is what we used to call it, like a lot of athleisure or streetwear. But when I'm in a business setting, I like to rock a lot of ties. And the reason for that is that's just what I prefer. Now, ties come in different cuts, fabrics, widths, lengths, what have you. Here's my suggestion on how to get a tie, how many ties, what have you. You only really need, if you don't wear a lot of ties, you really only need 2 or 3 ties, right? You probably need a good blue tie, you need a good gray tie, and then whatever color else that you're going to have. Knit ties are for more casual settings, right? So you want to put that's going to be a great tie to wear with jeans, maybe a blazer if it's not too formal, a type of or cut of blazer. But jeans, a blazer, knit tie is going to be great. Silk ties are going to work great for your dress pants, blazers also, vests, things like that. Silk ties are a little bit more formal, knit ties a little bit more casual. So I rock a lot of ties, and that's just how I do it. Moving on from that, we're going to go to pocket squares, right? So right here. Pocket squares are going to be a nice accessory to coordinate with the ties and the vests and things like that. It also adds a certain flair or element that's eye-catching and starts the eye. I'll give you an example. If you're wearing either a blazer or a vest, as I'm wearing here, and you put a pocket square there, that's where your eye is going to start. And then it's going to move around from there. But that pocket square is that attention grabber. Depending on how high you have it up, it's an attention grabber, and it's going to start your eye there. When people look at your outfit, they're going to start there, and then they're just going to kind of circle around and then circle down. So a pocket square is a great coordination piece, especially if you're wearing ties. So now from another piece, and I have on right now, and that's a vest, or as they call it over the pond, a waistcoat, right? A vest is something that really kind of coordinates well with ties and pocket squares. There's a reason why this whole outfit works, and I'll tell you why. The shirt and the vest don't have any of the same colors, although gray matches with anything, they don't have any of the same colors. Neither does the pocket square. The tie has all 3 colors, so it helps to really tie everything together, if pun intended. So if I take the tie off, the outfit will still work, but it won't work as well. The tie is really the centerpiece it's the foundation of this whole thing. Now, if I had on a blue, so that means that I can wear a blue blazer, I could wear a gray blazer, or if I was that bold, I could wear a turquoise blazer, but I would never wear that. Not to say it's not a great color, but I just don't have any turquoise blazers, and I just wouldn't get any turquoise blazers. But either way, the coordination, at least for me, for ties, vests, pocket squares, that's money for me. And that's my go-to outfit anytime that I go to work. Next up is socks. Socks, I like to make a lot of bold statements with my socks, right? Now I don't make as many bold statements as my son. He's got some funky SpongeBob sushi socks that are crazy for me, but they're great for him, and he looks great in them, and he loves them, and all of that stuff. But for me, I like to make bold patterns and bold colors with my socks, but a lot of times my socks will also coordinate with what's going on up here. But there's also that contrasty thing where the socks sometimes don't coordinate, and it's just a visual appeal. So when you're sitting down and you're kind of stretched out, or your legs are kind of out there, your socks really kind of come up, and it just creates a visual interest that a lot of people really can dig. So now, through the miracle of YouTube, so now let's talk cufflinks, right? That's our next accessory. A lot of people don't wear a lot of cufflinks unless you're in an office setting or a business setting and you're wearing a lot of dress shirts or what have you. But cufflinks are used with a French cuff shirt, right? A French cuff shirt is a shirt that instead of having just a regular barrel wrist opening, it has something that is connected here that you can put a cufflink right there into. So if I take this off, you can see that it's a simple device that you put in there. Now, cufflinks. Cufflinks are great because you can use the cufflinks as another accessory to complement what you are wearing, along with a pocket square, which I neglected to put on. I forgot it. But you can, that's just another item that you can use to complement everything that's going on. Now, there's many types of cufflinks. There's beaded cufflinks, metal cufflinks, leather. There's all kinds of different cufflinks. You want the cufflinks to kind of match up with the metals and the colors that are in your outfit, right? So I have a steel band watch, and I've got steel or what have you cufflinks that are kind of going on here. So you can have different types. There's also cloth cufflinks. I think sometimes when you buy shirts from some places like Brooks Brothers or Backrack or something like that, they sell like little ball cloth cufflinks that you can kind of put on. If you were just buying the shirt and you wanted to put the shirt on and you didn't have any cufflinks, you could throw that on, and I think those are like maybe $10 or something like that. But again, like I said, there's different types of cufflinks that are going to work with a lot of different types of outfits. So next up is going to be that weekender bag. The weekender bag is a bag that's going to be something that you use to go over your girlfriend's house or visit your mom or what have you. Something that you're only going to be there 1 or 2 days. It's a great bag to not only put your things in, but also to get through TSA if you're flying or you're going on a long trip. It allows you to just kind of stuff, 2 pairs of pants, maybe 2 shirts, maybe a beanie or something like that. And it's nice, small, compact, and it forces you not to overpack when you're going to places and doing things. Weekender bag is great. You want to get one that's probably made of leather, good construction. I have one here that actually from a company, I don't even know who makes this, but my mom bought it for me and works great for me. But you can get some at many different price points. You can get some in the, maybe $100. You can get some as high as $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I mean, it depends on if you like that Gucci stuff and all that stuff. I'm not a big fan of all that. I just need a bag. But you just need something that's of a good construction, good quality, and that'll work for you. Now, my wallet is beat up. But it's the next thing that I'm talking about. It's just something that I use to hold my cards in. And it's a thing that I can clip on to my waist or my sweatpants or what have you, whatever I'm wearing. But it's really low profile and out of the way. And I think that's the most important thing that gives me. I don't necessarily want you to go out and get like a Ridge wallet or something like that. I want you to get something that's low profile that you can manage to keep your silhouette. What do I mean by my silhouette? So if you're wearing clothes that fit you properly, bulges tend to throw off the aesthetic of that outfit. So if you're wearing something that's nice and slimline or what have you, and then you got a big bulge coming out of your back pocket or your front pocket, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. And it also, like if you're George Costanza, when you sit down, you're kind of canted off to the side. That's no good either. So get you something that's low profile and get a little bit more minimalistic with all the things that you don't need 8 credit cards and 50 bills and receipts. And some people I've seen and they'll put in their wallets ibuprofen. You don't need all of that. Just a couple of cards that you need for the day, maybe a couple of dollars. And that's it. That's all you need. Slimline it, keep it nice and simple, easy peasy. Also, If you like this video, go ahead and like. It really helps the YouTube gods and the algorithms to help support the channel. If you're really loving this content, then go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot more videos. We got a lot of things planned. There's also a podcast that I'm doing with a good friend of mine, Betsy Butler. We all know who you are out there. So we're going to be putting together a podcast and making that happen. So that's coming soon, but your support and everything is very much appreciated. Thanks a lot. And last but not least, my future's so bright that I gotta put on shades. So sunglasses are probably your last accessories. At least that's the last accessory that I use on a regular basis. I use sunglasses pretty much for very specific situations. When I'm driving and the sun is right in my face, or if it's going to be a bright sunny day, I'll put the sunglasses on. Some people wear them more as a fashion accessory, and that's fine. That's cool. Sunglasses look great. But I wear them for really more utilitarian issues, and I put them on and they just keep the sun out of my eyes. I use them for that. But other than that, sunglasses are a great accessory even if you want to just kind of be cool and rock them like that. So to wrap it all up, accessories can be great and they can really elevate your outfit, but you have to be very judicious in the way that you kind of use them. You don't want to go overboard. You don't want to have big flashy this, at least if you're a classic man. If you want to use your accessories as more of a fashion statement, by all means, make that happen. But as far as I'm concerned, I like to have them more as an accessory that is a pop, like a pop of color or a pop of metal or a pop of whatever. So in conclusion, that's it. I got no more. Peace.